Hello everybody. Everybody wanted to see Vivi's new haircut. Well, there she is. She's just styling. Look at that girl. The two of us got the same haircut. They always say people buy pets that look like them. Right, Vivi? Kiss your mommy? No kisses. So anyway, there's the girl. So what? I don't know. You want to get down, Viv? Go see Pa? Okay, go see Pa. Off she goes. Okay. There's a big difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Just saying, like, worlds apart. Worlds apart. On Labor Day, Joe and Kamala did some campaigning. They were together at the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW, Local 15 in Pittsburgh. And Joe said that by selecting Kamala as his running mate was the single best decision he made as President of the United States of America. Good to know, right? Because somebody else's vice president said he wasn't even going to vote for him or acknowledge him anymore. He talked about the indecisions and ramblings of Trump, mostly his monthly, weekly infrastructure bill that never got passed, and he didn't build a damn thing. So there's that. He said there's a lot to do yet, and he's certain that Kamala and Tim Walz will go ahead and finish the job. He's sure that they will carry on and they'll keep building together. So now the two of them, Walz and Harris, will continue to carry on democracy that will most certainly be lost if Trump and his lumps get in the White House. So you better get out there, make sure you're still registered to vote. Check on that a little more regularly too, because there's over 1 million people that have been purged from rolls through the United States right now. Over 1 million. Scary, what? So you can't let that happen. So Trump, on the other hand, says, this was his Labor Day message, Happy Labor Day to all of our American workers who represent the shining example of hard work and ingenuity. Under Comrade Kamala, all Americans are suffering during this holiday weekend. High gas, it's much cheaper than it is in Canada. Transportation costs, prices are coming down because gas prices are coming down. Grocery prices are through the roof. Wonder why that was, Donald, because you did nothing about COVID and didn't do anything to try and get supply chains open. You just left everything and went and crawled in your little hole because you didn't win the election, you big sucky baby. And they'll be higher under Trump because of all his billionaire conglomerate CEOs and stuff that he panders to. They'll keep gouging you because he will allow it, as long as he's getting a cut, because they'll be doing some kickbacks there. Just saying. He says the guy, right? Billionaire conglomerates, we can't keep living under this weak, failed leadership. Says the guy who let everything he ever touched turn to shit. But anyway, at his latest rally in Wisconsin yesterday, Kamala Harris is beating the Mango Moose Knuckles dimpled arse by 2.9 points in the 538 poll, and some as much as 9 points in other polls in Wisconsin. So, how much you doing there, Trumpy? Trumpty Dumpty. So you can smell the desperation, can't you? It's regurgitated hamburgers and kofefe. That's what that is. And his latest fear-mongering rant, he has fueled his MAGA wingnuts with very provable lies about things like kids are furries and insisting on using litter boxes in public schools. No, first of all, furries are usually adults that enjoy fetish lifestyles. That's what a furry is. And guess what? They use regular bathrooms like humans. Just saying. Now, he's again calling on fear and hate towards public school systems and transgender policies. I cannot express this loudly enough. How grateful and how dangerous, or how hateful, how hateful and dangerous this lie really is. Now, he told those idiots in Wisconsin that if he doesn't win, the transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. First of all, if your kid goes to school and doesn't come home the first night, are you not concerned? Because apparently, according to this, the school's not going to tell you. They're just going to whisk your kid away for a couple days and operate on them. I'm pretty sure if that kid isn't home by 5 o'clock after school, I'm concerned enough to go to that school and find out where the hell my kid is. And then I'm calling the police. So don't believe this fear-mongering bullshit. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. He's telling rally-goers that the school nurse, who isn't even allowed to give your kid a Tylenol or a baby aspirin without parental consent, is somehow getting out her little surgical toolkit there and performing hysterectomies and mastectomies on kids in elementary and high school in the nurse's office. Think about that. It's illogical, right? Because that happens. No, they can't even give Band-Aids or anything without parental consent. Give your head a shake. All this stuff is regurgitated from the 2016 campaign, and all he did was just dust it off and polish it up. That's all he did. And even his own campaign can't substantiate any of that bullshit. Ask questions, they can't give you answers because there aren't any. This is not happening. It's not happening. Except for Caroline Lovett, however, who's a Trump spokesperson, and she said, I have personally spoken to several individuals whose children are undergoing transition by being called entirely different names at school, and the parents were never notified. These cases don't always make the news because parents fear backlash, but their stories are truthful and very concerning. Okay, first of all, no. And you know what's concerning, Caroline? Is you poking your nose into things that you don't understand. Now, if these kids felt comfortable and safe without the wrath of Republican Jesus from their parents, they would come out to their parents. But some kids don't feel safe and they get hurt if they go home, if some of this stuff happens. School is their only safe place for 8 hours a day because their life is a living goddamn hell when they get home. Just saying. So that's why this rule applies to these kids. And what the hell does it matter if John wants to be called Julie? Is that any business of yours? So what? They always say sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. It's a name. Get over it, you racist bastards. Anyway, they want to be safe, and they want their friends who may be LGBTQ to be safe as well. They had don't ask, don't tell in the military. Leave these kids alone. They're kids. And most of all, they're not your kids. Nobody is having surgery on kids in elementary or high school for that matter. And before even surgery gets done, these kids are usually 18 where they can make up their own minds. But all the transgender care beforehand, like binders for girls and whatnot, that all can be reversed. Small problem, big world. And it's not your problem. So stay out of our world. Then he says there won't be a country if he isn't elected. Rewind. Joe kicked his ass in 2020. Beat him by over 7 million votes. 7 million votes. And also, guess what? People got back to work under Joe Biden. More manufacturing jobs came back. Small businesses are growing. Unions are growing, keeping workers safe on the job site, getting higher wages, pension plans, cost of living allowances, fighting corporations who try to fire people with no justification. Infrastructure is booming all over the United States with $13.4 million new jobs and stimulating billions of dollars in private investment. Over 2/3 of the $1.2 trillion investment is going to roads, bridges, airports, tunnels, and safety. For all of you fools out there traveling these roads and on different jobs and stuff like that, safety is paramount. Always. I better win or you're going to have problems like we've never had. We may have no country left. This may be our last election. You want to know the truth? People have said that. This could be our last election. No, that's what you said, because you said you will only be a dictator on day one. And how many dictators are only a dictator on day one? None. They're dictators for life. And that means they get to stay in office for life. So people are not saying this. No people are saying this. The Mango Moose Knuckle said this. People don't say that. Orange Hitler said this. The narcissist. What in fact he meant to say was, I better win or my ass is going to prison for 4 years on this indictment, and I'll be washing my celly's drawers in the shitter and doing favors for his buddies for 4 years. So he knows that all his faithful, he knows, because MAGA fears him, because he feeds on their fear, and they love it. They love it. They eat that stuff by the shovelful, and he knows they won't research it because they're either terribly uneducated or extremely lazy, and they're just willing to sit back and let shit happen. Well, sometimes you got to get out of the chair. When opportunity knocks, you got to get your ass out of that chair to answer it. Just saying. Now, they're blindly leading the blind into thinking the sky is falling, when in fact they are failing themselves by giving a supposed billionaire more money so his con job wife there can have an $18,000 a month hair care regime when you guys don't make that much a year in some cases. Let's break it down for a little bit, shall we? How about a worker making minimum wage, $7.25 an hour, working full-time, receives the grand total of $15,080 a year? That doesn't even pay for a month of her hair care. Not even a month's worth. And neither Trump nor his Project 2025 oligarchs will change that for you. Their motto is to keep them poor, with vague promises of a better life. But they will stay poor, hungry, and uneducated, because Trump said day one, Department of Education is Twitfenny. So that's the name of that game. So good to see you again today. I hope you had a good visit with Vivi. Naughty Nana loves you. Be good, be safe, and please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you all so much. I want you to like it, love it, share it. Ring-a-ling, the ding-a-ling, ding, 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 ding. And subscribe or resubscribe. Anyway, Naughty Nana loves you. Mwah. Take care of you. I love you so much.